And there you have it. It's official. Indiana Pacers going to the NBA Finals to play the Oklahoma City Thunder in what's probably going to be a really, truly amazing NBA Finals experience. I don't think people realize the thing that makes like the NBA Finals matchups great. You actually look at the individual matchups. You look at the team strengths. This one's going to be good. But real quick, I just want to kind of quickly discuss what happened between the Pacers and the Knicks tonight. It was just basically more of the same. That salute to the Knicks, but they played hard. But the Pacers are clearly a better team. For the Knicks, OG showed up big time. Karl Anthony Towns had some good moments. He missed all of his threes, but he did show up to play hard. 14 rebounds, 3 offensive on the glass. I think defensively they held up from a nice portion of the game, but the Pacers just paced. That's what they do. They just push the pace, and I mean they were getting buckets like off of scored buckets. Like the Knicks scored, and the Pacers were going the other way for fast break points. Like that's on you, New York. How weren't you able to get back on defense? But I think what ended up happening is the Knicks know they need to crash the boards, and if they don't get the rebound, then the Pacers were going the other way. For the Pacers, Siakam was a beast. I mean, he has been phenomenal this year in the playoffs. Halliburton was very good. He had 21 points. He had 13 dimes, 3 steals, and a block. Pascal was excellent defensively. Off the bench, you got 18 from Obi Toppin, 11 off the bench for Thomas Bryant. The adjustments and decisions made by Rick Carlisle, the belief in their philosophy and their system and their players. This guy deserves a standing ovation. I mean, I remember as recently as last year, people saying that Rick Carlisle was the most overrated coach, most terrible coach in the league. And here the guy is with a philosophy and a brand of basketball, a belief in what he has going to the NBA Finals, right? Just hard-nosed defense, between Nemhard, Neesmith, just different nights, different guys stepping up, and look, for what it's worth, Tom Thibodeau did a decent job. You got to be a good coach to get your players in a position to win games. So I don't want to shit on him too much. I still think he's a good coach. But I just think what the Pacers have going on, they're having a special season. But I do want to talk about this NBA Finals. The Pacers are going to be going up against a very, very unique and stout defense that I think is going to give them some real problems. Like Tyrese Halliburton is going to have hell dealing with about 4 or 5 different guys from the Thunder. Like switching and all that, like that's not going to be a problem for the Thunder. Lou Dort, Alex Caruso are going to give these guys hell. And I don't think it's going to be an unstoppable type of situation for Pascal. Like Siakam was basically running the show in this series and previous series. He's been absolutely amazing. I don't think he's going to do that against the Thunder. I'm not saying he can't have a good game, and I'm not saying he can't have good moments, but I just don't think that he's going to have these blow-up games where he's going off for 31 and 35 like he did several times in these playoffs. That's probably not going to happen against the Thunder. And I'd say the Thunder are a little bit more dynamic than the Knicks. The Knicks, the real scoring threats are, from Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns. The Thunder, they've got SGA kind of running that offense, but you also have to deal with Chet. Miles Turner, I think that's going to be an interesting matchup. Is Obi Toppin going to get some extra run? Thomas Bryant, I'm not sure. But yeah, I think it's going to be really tough on the Pacers defense to deal with what SGA can do, and that defense, the OKC defense, they're going to make life really hard on those role players. So Neesmith, Nemhard. And then even off the bench, we kind of saw with like McConnell or Mathurin at times through the playoffs. Those guys are going to have a really hard time stepping up in the series against the Thunder because their defense is absolutely that stout. I didn't want to make this, too much of a finals preview video. I think I'll do that later. But I do want to say this. I know there was a lot of speculation about, the Knicks and, them getting to the finals and conspiracy theories and all that. So that obviously wasn't true. But I did see a lot of calls going in the favor of the Knicks early, which were like clearly like not the right calls. So like it had me thinking at first for a while. But I think for the Knicks, obviously they're gonna look to retool a little bit and bounce back next year. They're not done. Their team is very good. A lot better than what I gave them credit for through the most of the year. So I stand corrected. I think they're better than what I thought. The Pacers want to continue their magical run, so they're going to the finals. Halliburton's going to be a tough series. Miles Turner and those guys, they got their work cut out for them. The Thunder are the real deal. Those guys almost won 70 games. Those guys have a hellacious defense. I said this in a previous video. Defense and rebounding will get you to the NBA Finals if those things are elite. Take care of the ball. Don't turn it over. Get the additional possessions. Like, you can shoot 25% from three as long as you're getting like 9, 10, 11 offensive rebounds. It's just stats at that point. And just defensively, you just stop the other team. It just gets you more possession, right? So, I don't know, man. This is one hell of a magical run for the Pacers, but I do think it's about to get real for them. The Thunder are not what they played in the Eastern Conference. That is just, it's going to be a different kind of beast. Anyways, tell me what you thought of this game, what you think of the Pacers and their chances in the finals. I'll be doing some more breakdowns on that matchup. We should have a game one in a few days, but be on the lookout for more videos as we're going to break down that matchup and where I think both these teams can find themselves in a position to win the finals. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought of everything from this series. Like, share, subscribe, drop us some comments. Check out some more videos. We'll see you guys on the next one.